Go interactive with X-Ray, where we bring trading experts to you live in the platform. Choose sessions, watch live market analysis, and catch up on your favorite market insights anytime. Ask questions and go one-to-one with leading experts on gold, oil, FX, crypto, indices, and equities. X-Ray, your very own analysis team, right at your fingertips. That's higher trading from MarketsX. Discover how some of the top executives are trading their own companies with our Insider Trades tool. See who's been buying or selling stock and what their trades say about insider sentiment. Use this unique big data tool to make more informed stock trades. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
What's happening, beautiful people? Good day, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Bitcoin is trading today at $57,800. The most popular cryptocurrency took everyone by surprise yesterday with a whipsaw movement that brought tremendous profits for some traders and big losses for others. What led to this whipsaw movement and what's expected from here on from the mighty Bitcoin? Coming up. What's up, traders? Welcome to the Bitcoin Health Check. My name is Edwin. For the last 10 years, I've worked in many retail and institutional forex brokerages in Europe. Last year, in 2020, I decided to open InstructFX and help everyone understand the basics of trading, the risks versus rewards, how to preserve your capital, and most importantly, what to stay away from. Today, I want to bring you the latest news in the cryptosphere and have a closer look at Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency that made many people rich and bankrupted others. First of all, I want to tell you that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are mainly driven by the news, guys. So don't expect those support resistance levels to work every single time as you got used to if you're an FX trader, for example. I mean, come on. They barely work when trading standard asset classes. But I'll tell you what might work. Building a long-term portfolio, just like you do when you're trading stocks. Stop trying to scalp the markets on a day-to-day basis, day-to-day movements, as you might blow up your account faster than I can say cheeseburger. The way to be successful when trading cryptocurrencies is to know your asset, just like the other asset classes. It's not difficult, is it? Do you remember what caused Bitcoin to break the $20,000 mark and rally faster than Santa Claus sharing gifts? Yes, it was the news that Elon Musk invested a ton of Tesla's money into Bitcoin. Now let's have a look at the Bitcoin chart and see what caused this whipsaw movement the other day. And I have to apologize, I'm getting a call live. My bad, guys. So, quick look at the charts. Let's see what is happening with the good almighty Bitcoin, guys, which is at the bottom of the chart right there. Okay, we're going to look at it on a daily chart and see what's happening. Okay, we're looking at Bitcoin currently trading at $58,113.09. Now, I'm going to try and do a bit of technical analysis on this to see what are the three outcomes, that we might get from it. And then I'm going to share the news with you. So in technical analysis, when trading, there's something called Elliott waves, which measures the 5 ways the market moves. Okay, so in this case, we're looking at 5 Elliott waves. The first Elliott wave is the upward movement. The second Elliott wave is the pullback. The third and the longest movement in the Elliott waves, already happened. Then we had the fourth, the pullback. And finally, we had the fifth. Now, look what's happening here at the top, Usually, after a movement like this, after the Elliott waves pattern is completed, you're going to have 3 outcomes. Number 1, the market, the asset will start moving sideways, for a period of time. Testing some support resistance levels. If it makes any sense in this case. This is the sideways movement that we might see from now on. The second outcome of this pattern being completed, guys, is a complete reversal of the trend. So you might see the same pattern happening, but to the downside. Okay. The third outcome of this setup might be a continuation of the uptrend. What gives us the signals that Bitcoin might move higher or lower or sideways? The news, guys. So let me share a very, very interesting article with you. It's with the courtesy of investing.com. There is the headline, guys. Bitcoin bounces back to 60K thanks to Morgan Stanley and the US Federal Reserve. Yesterday, we had a huge day in the markets. We had the Federal Reserve meeting, the FOMC economic projections for the next 2 years, guys. Okay. And we also had the interest rate decision in the US. Now, let's have a quick look at the article and see what exactly caused this whipsaw movement. We have some breaking news coming in. Tesla, Apple, fall pre-market. Williams and Sonoma rises. But more about this at the U.S. markets open. So the Bitcoin price rallied after some good news from Morgan Stanley and the U.S. Federal Reserve. Morgan Stanley will soon be launching 3 Bitcoin funds. The U.S. Federal Reserve has indicated the interest rates could hike by 2022. Bitcoin's price reacted positively to 2 recent announcements. First, Morgan Stanley has finally given the top crypto its nod of approval. Secondly, the US Fed hinted at a possible 2022 interest rate hike versus the previous 2024 that they stated. So the financial powerhouse Morgan Stanley recently reported that it will soon launch 3 funds that will allow investors to own Bitcoin. The funds are called Galaxy Digital Bitcoin Fund, LP. Usually LP stands for liquidity provider. Institutional Bitcoin Fund, LP, and FS Investments NYDIG Select Fund are set to launch as soon as April this year. Okay, less than 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now. However, Morgan Stanley is targeting investment towards high net worth investors. In addition, Morgan Stanley will set an allocation cap of 2.5% of clients' overall wealth. So, very, very interesting to understand what's going on and how these cryptocurrencies react to news like this, guys. Meanwhile, the U.S. Federal Reserve also reported that interest rates could hike in 2022 based on economic indicators. Recent forecasts show that the U.S. economic recovery is progressing faster than expected. For example, indicators put the unemployment rate at 5% by the end of this year. However, current projections suggest it will be 4.5%. Similarly, the inflation rate is now 2% instead of the 2.2% as indicated 3 months ago. Prior to these announcements, Bitcoin price was sluggish after its $61,711 all-time high on March 13th. In fact, the entire crypto market has been bearish of late despite Bitcoin's recent all-time high. As a result, Bitcoin dipped below the 54,000 level before the good news helped the crypto to rebound. At the time of writing the article, which was a couple of hours ago, guys, Bitcoin was trading at $59,063.41 with a $64,328,473,882 trading volume. Okay, this was the news. So once again, where will Bitcoin go from here, guys? Once again, we have 3 possible outcomes from this news. Either we're going to see a ranging market, we're going to see the markets calming down a bit. Either we're going to see a reversal of the pattern, and this is what's very, very interesting. If we're going to see a reversal of the pattern, then we're going to be looking at 5 waves, yeah? 1 wave going downwards. Yeah, second wave, it's usually a correction, which goes up to the 50% mark, yeah, of the wave. Then we're going to see a third wave, yeah, pushing even lower. A fourth wave, a correction, and eventually a fifth wave, yeah, which might stop at the 200 moving average, yeah, which is somewhere there, somewhere in that region, somewhere around 31,071.5. Is this realistic? No one knows. It might happen. Yes. So this is the scenario I have in mind for Bitcoin, guys. Despite the cascade of bad news, Bitcoin's price went too high, too fast. Okay, not really having any substantial technicalities. Yeah, let's say all we had was news. All we had is the fear of missing out. All we had was a bunch of institutions, and wealthy investors pumping money into Bitcoin. This is not the case for the retail investors. This is it from my side today, guys. Stay tuned. We're coming back live in a minute or two with the US markets open.
Go interactive with X-Ray, where we bring trading experts to you live in the platform. Choose sessions, watch live market analysis, and catch up on your favorite market insights anytime. Ask questions and go one-to-one with leading experts on gold, oil, FX, crypto, indices, and equities. X-Ray, your very own analysis team, right at your fingertips. That's higher trading from MarketsX. Discover how some of the top executives are trading their own companies with our Insider Trades tool. See who's been buying or selling stock and what their trades say about insider sentiment. Use this unique big data tool to make more informed stock trades. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
Boom, and we're live once again. Good morning, America. Good afternoon, Europe, and welcome everyone to our live stream. How are you guys doing this afternoon? Let me know how you're doing this afternoon in the comments box below, guys. And please remember to like, share, subscribe, and support us in delivering more great content. It does help us a lot. Right, now, the markets. If yesterday was the Fed day, the traders held their breath before the announcement. Today is the Pound day, it's the Bank of England day. The Bank of England announced today a package of economic data, keeping investors with the fingers on the triggers. The interest rate remained unchanged in the UK at 0.1%. The quantitative easing unchanged at 875 billion, signaling that the UK has the situation under control after the long-awaited Brexit. Now, let's see what else is happening in the markets today, Thursday, March 18th, 2021. Last night that the interest rate might be adjusted 2 years sooner than previously announced, as the economic forecast indicates a faster economic recovery of the U.S. economy. The U.S. indices start a big sell-off shortly after the Fed press conference, with the Nasdaq 100 down 1.2% pre-market open today, and the S&P 500 also down 0.5%. The UK's vaccination campaign, and one of the most advanced in Europe, encounters some road bumps due to delivery problems with the AstraZeneca vaccine and, more pressingly, an export ban by the European Union. Crude oil tanks again following a rise in US crude inventories, and also by the recent surge in cases in India, which has halted an impressive improvement in mobility trends. And Bitcoin, everyone's favorite, rallies after Morgan Stanley announced the launch of 3 Bitcoin funds that will allow investors to own Bitcoin by April this year. US markets open, coming up. Right. Good morning once again, America, and good afternoon, Europe. Let's have a quick look at the economic calendar, guys, and see what happened in the economic calendar today. Obviously, we had great news from the Eurozone. We had a lot of announcements from UK, and we had some announcements from the US dollar as well. Okay, shortly after midnight, we had announcements from Australia, guys, announcing the employment change, which came out on the positive this time, 88.7 thousand. Expected full employment change for February came out 89.1, and the unemployment rate in Australia came down to only 5.8% versus the 6.4% announced previously and the 6.3% targeted by consensus. We started nice and early today at the UK markets open with the ECB President Christine Lagarde holding a press conference, followed by another member of the European Central Bank. We had the wages in the Eurozone year over year for the fourth quarter coming out at 3.5% versus a previous of only 2.2%. We had the trade balance in the Eurozone coming out at a disappointing 6.3 billion versus a prediction of 25.3 billion by consensus. We had ECB LTRO, which came out 330.5 billion versus a previous of only 50.4. Shortly after that, we had a lot of announcements coming from the Bank of England, guys. We had a vote cut, vote hike, vote unchanged. Yeah, the quantitative easing announced by the Bank of England, which was kept unchanged at 875 billion pounds. And we had the interest rate decision, again, unchanged at 0.1%, yeah, on the positive side. We had the meeting minutes and a press conference shortly after that. And we are getting closer to the U.S. markets open with the initial jobless claims coming out at 770,000. Okay, way higher than the 700,000 targeted by consensus and the 725K, which was in the previous month. We don't know yet what caused this spike in initial jobless claims. It might have been the situation in Texas last month, guys. We don't know yet. We're going to get more clarification as we go along. In the same time, we had the Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index for March, which came out way better than expected, 51.8 versus an expectation of 23 on the dot. And we also had the Philly Fed unemployment, which came out 30.1 on the positive versus 25.3. That was the previous. Okay, we also had the new housing price index on the Canadian dollar, 1.9% versus a previous of 0.7. And we will have a continuation of the ECB press conferences today. Yeah, at 8 minutes ago. Sorry, guys. 8 minutes ago, we had this one starting at 4:30, which is in exactly 1 hour from now. We're going to have a press conference from Germany, and then we're going to have another member of the European Central Bank holding a press conference at 2000 hours GMT plus 2. Now, as an outcome of the Fed meeting yesterday, guys, Chairman Jerome Powell made it pretty clear as he handed down the central bank's latest policy decision yesterday that the Federal Reserve will be sticking to its easy money policy for some time, even while predicting a strong economic recovery and a jump in inflation above target. Also, the Federal Reserve predicted that the economy will grow 6.5% this year, the largest annual jump in GDP since 1984, and the hefty increase from the 4.2% growth projected just 3 months ago. It saw core personal consumer expenditures, its favorite measure of inflation, at 2.2% by the end of the year and remaining marginally above the 2% target for the next 2 years. The yield on the benchmark 10-year U.S. Treasury note climbed above 173%, its highest level in more than a year, providing support for the dollar in the wake of Powell's dovish comments. 4 out of 18 FOMC members see a rate hike in 2022 compared to only 1 in December, said the analyst at Nordea in a research note, which is another way of showing that the Federal Reserve has turned more upbeat, but they remain extremely cautious in terms of sounding just barely tightening biased, and a clear consensus still refrains from hinting of any hikes at all. We had the pound falling 0.1% to 139.48, having gained around 0.5% overnight. The Bank of England did not change its monetary policy stance. And looking at some emerging markets, guys, for the minor currencies traders or the exotic currency traders, we're looking at USD Turkish lira, which rose 0.8% ahead of a meeting by Turkey's central bank, which is expected to result in a rise in borrowing costs. The Indonesian rupiah was stable after the Bank of Indonesia left its key rate unchanged, while the Brazilian real was holding on to a 0.8% gain after the Brazilian central bank delivered the biggest interest rate increase in more than a decade in order to tame inflation, hiking by 75 basis points versus the 50 basis points expected initially, and taking the interest rate to 2.75% and becoming the first group of 20 countries to lift interest rates this year. The US dollar versus the Brazilian real rose 0.1%, trading at around 5.5845 in early European trading. This is what is happening. Also, at the open today, guys, very likely we're going to see a big sell-off in the US stock markets. Contracts on the tech-heavy NASDAQ 100, which benefited the most from lockdowns, pushing their valuations to dot-com proportions, were 1.3% lower at the time of writing the article, which was a couple of hours ago, almost double than of small caps listed on the Russell 2000, the small cap Russell 2000. Now, the current sell-off may be temporary profit-taking after the Federal Reserve expressed its willingness to continue supporting the economy as well as prop up equities at all-time highs against the growing angst of rising inflation and the higher rates expected to follow. However, the owner of the article does not think so, or investing.com doesn't think so. When such meaningful policies have been announced before, stocks climbed more than one day. When OPEC, for example, announced it was keeping production cuts in place, oil surged 8.4% over 3 straight days before profit-taking. So to clarify, the trading of one morning does not establish a trend, and this could just be a bit of noise. It is telling, however, that it is taking place just one day after the Federal Reserve gave the store away. Now, we are exactly a few minutes ahead of the U.S. markets open, guys, so I'll make you a deal. If you allow me exactly 30 seconds to catch my breath, we're coming back live with the charts of the day, the signals of the day, and who knows, maybe we're going to see the U.S. markets open together. So stay tuned. I'm coming back live in 30 seconds with the charts of the day.
Discover how some of the top executives are trading their own companies with our Insider Trades tool. See who's been buying or selling stock and what their trades say about insider sentiment. Use this unique big data tool to make more informed stock trades. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
Right, and we're back, beautiful people. Once again, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, please feel free to interact with me. Type your comments, type your questions, and I'll do my best to answer it. That's why I'm here. So we're going to start with the charts of the day. 5 minutes ahead of the U.S. markets open, we see a bit of movement in crude oil WTI just before the U.S. markets open, 63.39 as we speak. And you can see the drop that happened in the last couple of trading sessions, guys. Yeah, this is what we're looking at. Okay, so from 66.52, we're looking at a drop all the way down to 63.38, where the current price is now. We're looking at RSI stochastic indicating a downwards movement. Okay, so we also see this death cross being formed on a 1-hour chart between the 200 and the 50 MA. So once this level will be broken, guys, probably traders will lower their take profit levels. Yeah, somewhere around the 61.80 level, 61.60, somewhere there. Okay, as that's the previous high. If the downward movement will continue, then probably they will lower their take profits even more to around 59.30, somewhere there. Okay, somewhere there in that region. Now, let's have a look at the euro and see how the euro moved today. We see the spike that happened last night during the press conference of the Federal Reserve, and then we see the correction that happened during the European trading session today. 119.15 for the euro this afternoon versus the US dollar. Once again, with the RSI stochastic pointing downwards, okay, and indicating a bit of selling power. So at this point, probably traders have their take profit level somewhere there around the 118.87. Okay, and if that level will be broken, they will probably aim for a lower target, yeah, which is the 118.40, 118.45, somewhere there in that region. Yeah, I cannot give you investment advice, guys. All I can do is highlight the average highs and the average lows, and then the markets will show us where they want to go from there. Okay, currently we see the price ranging at a very important resistance level, to the downside. Yeah, so we're waiting for this level to be broken, and if that's the case, then probably it will trade lower than the 119. Yeah, it will go even lower. Okay, 118.90, somewhere there in that region. In the same time, we're looking at the pound, guys, which has a very similar movement to the euros. However, it's holding onto that 200 moving average a bit better today. Yeah, so we see the rally that happened yesterday during the Fed press conference. Okay, we saw the markets very choppy today, going more or less sideways. Okay, and in the last 3 hours on the European trading session, we saw a bit of a drop, a bit of a retest of that 200 moving average to the downside, pushing the pound to 139.21 versus the US dollar. However, right, pay close attention. Yeah, we're looking at the relative strength index. Okay, it is creating higher lows, also higher highs. Yes, so it might be a good idea to see how the pound will react shortly after the U.S. Markets open. If it's going to decide to bounce from this 200 moving average, then we might see trading a bit higher. Yeah, taking the upside for today. We're going to look at some trading signals in a minute. Okay, and see if we get a better indication. Meanwhile, we're moving on to the USD JPY, guys. 109.20 this afternoon for the USD JPY with the RSI stochastic both pointing upwards. So I'm not going to be surprised at all if at the US markets open, we're going to see a bit of a push, a bit of a boost of the USD JPY pair. The Aussie dollar, just like the euro and the pound, guys, pushed a bit higher last night, and it started correcting. It started pulling back during the European trading session today. 0.7768 this afternoon. Once again, with the RSI stochastic pointing downwards, and we see a shy retest of that 200 moving average. We need this candlestick to close. We need the other candlestick to close as well, so we get a better direction of the market. Okay, in this case, probably traders will get their Fibonacci retracement tool out. There we go. Yeah, which usually helps us measure the retracement, okay, of the asset. And if we see the asset trading above the 0.5, or the 61 retracement level, then probably we're going to expect a correction of 100%. Yeah, we're somewhere in that region. Very, very good tool to use, guys. If you don't know how to use this tool, please feel free to contact us. Drop us an email at info@instructfx.com. My direct email, thechartwhisper@gmail.com. Yeah, or watch our daily streams, guys, and you're going to learn a lot of valuable information. Now, right, 0.7766 for the Aussie dollar, RSI stochastic pointing downwards, so we might see that retest of that 200 MA. The USD CAD, on the other hand, had a big drop yesterday after the Fed meeting, and during the European trading session, traded a bit higher today, okay, but still subdued by that 200 moving average. RSI stochastic pointing upwards, 124.51. We might see a retest. We might just see trading somewhere there in that region shortly after the U.S. markets open. It's very, very important to see the U.S. markets open today, guys, as the NASDAQ 100 dropped over 1%, 1.5%, 1.7%. Okay, and we have the S&P dropping 0.5% pre-market open. Okay, it might get a big boost at the markets open, and the sell-off might continue. So I'm not going to touch the US 500 and the Dow Jones just yet. I'm going to give it 2 more minutes, okay, to see how the markets open. Meanwhile, we're looking at the US dollar index, which tanked shortly after the Fed press conference. It retracted, trading as high as 91.86 today on the European trading session. Okay, it did not manage to create a higher high or an equal height high with the previous, so it might still continue the downtrend. We saw a bit of uncertainty in the markets yesterday ahead of the Fed interest rate decision and the economic projections for the next 2 years, and it's completely normal. Yeah, we saw a drop and the correction on the European trading session. Let's see what's going to happen from here. Meanwhile, gold futures, guys, gold pushed a bit higher last night. We saw it trading as high as 1753, and it started turning around 1720.80 for this afternoon for gold futures. RSI stochastic close to the oversold levels. We see a stochastic turning around as we speak, but I don't know what to say. It's if this candlestick closes, then we might look at the markets creating higher highs. Yeah, we might be able to draw a trend channel on the charts. Okay, and who knows, we might be able even to ride this trend channel. For beginner traders, guys, if you don't remember how to trade an uptrend or a downtrend, yeah, it's very, very simple. You keep an eye on these support resistance levels, and you see the pattern. Yeah, you see that the price most times sticks to these lines. Yeah, so it's very easy. You buy when the price is low, you sell when the price is high. And if you want to play it even safer, let's say, yeah, then there's no safe way of trading. It's just aggressive or a bit safer. Okay, you can draw a center line here and just trade the small swing, yeah, between the highs and the center line, or between the lows and the center line. Yeah, you don't have to go necessarily for the full movement, yeah, for the full leg or the full swing. Right. We are looking at Brent oil futures, guys, 66.59 this afternoon. Big drop on Brent oil futures, guys. And we see that dead cross formed there by the 50 and the 200 MA. Where is it? There it is. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see it, but they are connected somehow. Okay, so once again, key support level for the price as we speak. If this level will be broken yet to the downside, then traders will probably eye for somewhere there, somewhere in between. Yeah, 65.09, 65 flat. Yeah, always remember, guys, markets tend to be attracted by round numbers. Okay, so don't be very greedy with the take profit, guys, as the markets might turn around. Yeah, try and go a bit higher than that if you want to play it safer somehow. Another hint that we might see oil going down then up is the RSI, guys, which was not able to trade higher than the 56% mark the entire day. Okay, indicating a strong downtrend. Yeah, strong sell positions on the markets. Okay. Now, moving on, we're looking at silver, guys, which is tanking after a big push last night, 26.02. Okay, as we speak. Again, the markets are ranging somehow, but if you look at the average highs and average lows, yeah, you can see that the market is creating higher highs and higher lows, even though it's very shy as we speak. Okay, so 26.01. Yeah, there is the round number I was telling you about, guys, that the markets tend to be attracted to the round numbers. Okay, we see a bit of a discrepancy between technical indicators. Yeah, the RSI 14 is still pointing downwards, yeah, indicating we might just see silver futures trading a bit lower. But in the same time, yeah, we're looking at stochastic on a 533 setup that indicates a bit of buying power. Okay, might happen. So if that's the case, yeah, you need to keep an eye on this trend channel, okay, and see what the markets are looking to do. You can even decrease the time frame slightly if you want to calculate your entry a bit better. There we go. Okay, there we go. We see a green candlestick. Okay, to avoid a bit of a drawdown. Now we are already a few minutes into the US trading session, guys. There's the bell once again. I always ring the bell when I'm talking about the US markets open. Let's see what happened with the S&P 500 today, guys, at the open. There we go. Big gap in the markets to the downside from the S&P 500. 3,951.58 this afternoon. RSI, stochastic, both pointing downwards. Let's see. The candlesticks dropped below the 200% moving average, guys. We might see a bit more on a 5-minute chart. Okay, on a 15-minute chart. Okay, they dropped, the candlestick dropped below the 50 moving average. Yeah, we might see trading a bit lower. We might see trading, yeah, testing the 200 MA to the downside at 3,930.27, somewhere there. Now, let's have a quick look at the Dow and see what happened with the Dow. Can't tell. I think it was a negative opening for the Dow as well, but not as aggressive as the one on the S&P. And after that, we see the Dow pushing. Yeah, we see a green engulfing candlestick there, which makes us think that the Dow might trade higher today. Yeah, there we go. $33,059.05 for the Dow Jones Industrial Average this afternoon. And now everyone's favorite, ladies and gentlemen, we're looking at the good almighty Bitcoin, which is trading at $58,047 this afternoon. Okay, we see an RSI pointing downwards. We see stochastic pointing downwards in case this technical analysis makes any sense on cryptocurrencies, which by now we know for sure they are driven mostly by the news, just like the stocks, guys. So Once again, if you want to try and scout the markets, guys, on a 60-minute chart, which it's not really recommended. No one can recommend that when we're talking about volatile assets, such as cryptocurrencies. We see a bounce from the 61% retracement on the Fibonacci. It is pointing downwards. Let's see what's going to happen. In theory, if these Fibonacci levels act like support resistance levels, these horizontal lines that you see there. Okay, so in theory, if this level is broken to the downside, then traders will go for a sell position with a take profit at the previous low, which is somewhere there. Okay, I cannot encourage anyone to do this. I cannot encourage anyone to buy or sell. Okay, I'm just trying to explain to you the logic of using the Fibonacci retracement, or you can just use the news, guys. Right, and now let's have a quick look at Ethereum, see what happened with Ethereum in the last couple of trading sessions. 1,794.92 for Ethereum, which is more or less mirroring the Bitcoin's movement. There we go. If you get the Fibonacci tool out, the Fibonacci retracement, assuming I'm measuring it correctly, again, we see a bounce from somewhere at the 50%, between 50 and 61% retracement, for Ethereum. Again, just in case the technical analysis makes any sense, you can measure. There you go. In this case, you can measure the other leg, the big drop, and the retracement. And in this case, we had a retracement of almost 100%. Okay, and you can also use it, for lower time frames if you're planning to enter the markets. Right, this is it, guys. Let's have a quick look at some trading signals provided by investing.com this afternoon. Once again, if you're looking for more trading signals straight on your trading platform, guys, markets.com has an amazing web platform that sends the trading signals and the source of the trading signal straight on the platform. You don't have to be on 7, 10, 11 websites to get the trading signals. I'm using this one because I'm used to it. And I'm not trading at this moment, so I can use this one to give you a quick brief on the market's condition. Euro USD, 4 red all over the charts here. We're looking at the pound weakening, strong sell and sell indications for the pound this afternoon, with the daily remaining a strong buy. USD JPY, 4 green, guys, 4 strong buy indications on all 4 time frames, as well as USD CHF. Okay, so the US dollar is supposed to strengthen a bit, at least the USD JPY and the USD CHF. Okay, we're looking at the Aussie dollar with 3 strong sell indications, and the USD CAD with strong buy on 3 out of the 4 time frames. The daily remains a strong sell, though. Kiwi dollar seems to be selling strongly versus the US dollar with 3 strong sell indications. The euro seems to be dropping versus the Japanese yen, 3 strong sell indications out of 4. And in the same time, the euro seems to be strengthening versus the Swiss franc, guys, with 4 out of 4 strong buy recommendations. Let's have a quick look at commodities. You see, guys, today the markets seem to be settled. They look much better than yesterday. Yesterday, I was even afraid to open the trading signals because everything was mixed. Everything was mixed yesterday ahead of the Fed. Right, a lot of red for commodities this afternoon, as you can see on the charts, guys. Strong sell on gold, silver, copper, crude oil, Brent oil, natural gas. Okay, these commodities supposedly will weaken today, as well as the U.S. wheat, guys. The U.S. wheat is selling off for the last 3-4 days, if I'm not mistaken. So it's definitely worth having a look at it. Who knows? Maybe you can ride it. Maybe we can ride the movement to the downside, as well as natural gas. Very important to have a look at natural gas. Now, quick look at the U.S. indices, guys. Let's see how they're doing. Dow Jones, 4 strong buy indications for the Dow Jones 30 this afternoon, guys. The S&P is stuck in a strong sell on a 5-minute chart, with a daily remaining a strong buy. NASDAQ, 2 strong sell indications, 1 sell and 1 buy on a daily chart for the NASDAQ. NASDAQ 100, 3 strong sell indications, with the daily being just a shy buy position. Looking at the DAX 30, guys, in Germany, with 4 strong buy indications ahead of the European markets closing. The CAC 40 in France, neutral, nothing is going on. Okay, Nikkei 225, strong buy indications on hourly and daily, and we're looking at the S&P ASX 200, the Aussie one, 3 strong sell indications. This is what's happening on the indices side of things, guys. Now, my favorite, stocks, guys, stock traders. You know I love you, and I'm trying to help you every time I can. Let's see what's happening with the stocks, guys. I'm going to look at Wall Street. If the page will load. Come on, load. I'll give it a second. Okay, guys, once again, if you have any questions, any comments, feel free to interact. Drop your comments, and I'll do my best to answer. No, we have a glitch once again. No. Okay, it loaded. Right, bear with me for a second. It loaded. I thought it was a glitch. My bad. So, stocks, US stocks, guys, we're looking at ExxonMobil with 3 strong sell indications. Apple, 3 strong sell indications. Microsoft, 3 strong sell, as well as Procter & Gamble. And the IBM is indicating 4 green strong buy indications on all 4 time frames. Now, JP Morgan, 4 green all over the charts, strong buy indications. AT&T, strong buy indications on all 4 time frames. Chevron, strong sell shortly after the US markets open. Intel is indicating a strong sell on a 5-minute chart. The daily remains a strong buy, though. We're looking at Citigroup and Bank of America and Goldman Sachs, all 3 with 4 green strong buy indications all over the charts. Walmart, strong sell, and the Alphabet, guys, the ex-Google, strong sell indication on a 5-minute, strong sell on an hourly, but the daily remains a strong buy. Okay. In the right-hand side, if you look carefully, guys, we have more stocks. If you're interested in selling them, I'm going to go to a 5-hour chart, okay, and see what the indication is. Apple is indicating a strong sell on a 5-hour chart. Okay, the rest, Facebook is indicating a strong buy. Okay, and the rest remain neutral. This was it from my side today, guys. Big day in the economic calendar. Another big day tomorrow. It's Friday, so let's try and get some hate for Friday, because we're getting ready for the weekend. Now, until tomorrow, guys, same time, same place. Remember to trade responsibly and make all your trades be in the money.